this is Sandra at Spirit of Avalon. So I just thought today I would just show some cards. It's just a deck that I got on eBay really cheaply a little while ago, actually, not really recently. And it just came just as the cards with no box or book or anything like that. So I put it in this, which is really a makeup bag, but I put it in this, and it's called the Phalenaria Oracle. So that's Phalenaria Oracle, and it's actually in French. But I thought I would just go through some of the cards. Actually, it's not like a proper walkthrough really, because I don't know if this deck is even available now. It has these like bluish sort of shiny edges to it. These are the backs. The backs are glossy, but the fronts of the cards are matte with like gold accents on them, gold foiling. So you know, we'll take a look at this deck anyway. And yeah, I thought we could just have like a chat. It's February now. We're coming towards the end of February, and I hate January and February. I don't know what you guys are like. I always find it can be quite like depressing and stuff. And you know, there's nothing really to look forward to in a way. Not really, because you know, you have Yule or Christmas, and then it's like kind of a bit dead. So yeah, so I'm never good with January and February really. I've got a couple of things to look forward to though. I've got next weekend I'm going to see my friend Simon. So that's really nice, and you know, I'm looking forward to spending the weekend in Nottingham, so that will be really nice. And then about 3 weeks after that, I'm going with my brother. We're just doing a overnight stay in Glastonbury at the Georgian Pilgrims, because he's never experienced it, and it's a haunted hotel, so he's really interested in that, and the fact that it's really old, and you know, it's just a thing. And he's never been to Glastonbury, so he wanted to go and do the tour, and we'll probably go round a few shops, but it won't be like a huge haul of stuff or anything this time, because probably like most people, let's start going through this deck, otherwise you'll be like, come on, show us the cards. So as I said, this is the Phalenaria Oracle, and it's by Ange de Gaia. As you can see, the titles and the like little sentences are in French, but you can distinguish a little bit. Like this looks like it's tranquility, for instance. It doesn't bother me too much because I'll just go off like intuition with it. I knew that it came without the guidebook and without a box or anything like that. That's why I got it really cheaply, but I just liked the images. I just thought, yeah, you know, I could even just read these intuitively, even if I can't make out the words. In some of them you can, it will be in English, but not in all of them. So I love this. Look at this. This gives you like a sort of a fairy or elemental type of vibe, but also that alien vibe as well, which I always love. And this is, see if it's in English, this one, interruption, this one. But just look how she's holding the head. But anyway, I am going off subject. I'm talking to you about January, February, and then talking about the cards. But yeah, so it gets a bit horrible kind of thing, January, February. But then there are a couple of nice things coming up. But there's other things that have happened, like this month and the previous month. Like, I'm sure everybody's finding it difficult money-wise, because lots of things are going up. All your household bills are increasing and stuff. And so that's not good. And then I find out that some pills that I'm on, that I've been taking for a while, can cause weight gain. And here I am going to Slimming World and taking pills that are causing weight gain. The problem is they're my anxiety pills. So what I've done at the moment is cut them down from 2 to 1 a day, but I'm going to have to see the doctor if I can ever get an appointment, because this is another thing here, trying to get appointments. But I've just cut them down to 1 for now to try and see if it makes any difference on the weight side of things. But I think most of these type of tablets that are like antidepressants or anti-anxiety pills have the same effect, so I think it's going to be a bit difficult, but I will go to the doctor and see what they say anyway, because I can already feel that by not taking the amount that I was prescribed, by cutting them down, I can already feel that I'm more anxious and stuff, so I can feel it. Look at this card. This is so nice, this union card. So this actually says union on it. These two faces, and they're almost like half moons. And then you've got this gold foiling, but you've got this shape in there as well, a bit like a pentagram. So yeah, really cool. Yeah, so there's that. So I'm not going to be spending as much money as I might have done before. Not that I spent loads before, but the deck buying will have to not stop altogether, but I will have to be much more careful and just try to just maybe save up for decks that I want. I mean, there isn't loads really. I mean, on the indie deck front, I'd like to get Keeper of the Sacred Bee, which has just been released. And there's an Oracle deck called the Glow Oracle, which I would like to get because I've got a tarot deck by the same creator. But otherwise, you know, there's a few mass market ones and stuff on my wish list, but it's not like, oh, I must have this, I must have that, because, you know, it's decks of cards. There's kind of, I guess, no must about it, is there? So, and like I say, I've got this as like a, and these are like quite a big size card actually, because look at this low Scarabeo card with these. They're pretty big, but they're nice, and they're actually, these are nice to just pull one card and put it like on your altar on a little stand or something. So yeah, so probably there won't be as many walkthroughs, guys, so I'll have to be doing other different things. I mean, sometimes I do anyway, or I might you know, because there's quite a few books that I've got that I'm in the process of reading or have read that I could like do like little reviews or that of. Sometimes they're on my Kindle, like I'm just finishing, just getting to the end now of, I read a lot of non-fiction rather than fiction, to be honest. So I have a lot of like witchy non-fiction books, or a lot of like Celtic books or tree books, those types of things. But I've just come into the end of a book about Mount Shasta in the US, which is like a really spiritual kind of mountain, and there's lots of weird things that have happened there, and there's different legends and things from the Native Americans that have lived there for like lots and lots of years. But I mean, there's the whole UFO thing with it, but there's also other myths, legends, stories that have grown up and been retold around Mount Shasta and things like that. I just find really interesting. So I do read a lot of stories like that. It's like I've got another book on Kindle that's about Cannock Chase, so that's in the UK, and that's supposed to be a really creepy forest where people have seen black-eyed children and other really weird things. So I love any kind of books like that. And then what I'm trying to do is use my decks to kind of help me out with myself, with things that I might be overthinking, or other things like that that I'm just thinking about myself, or things that I might be worrying about, because I'm terrible for worrying about everything imaginable. So I'm using the cards to kind of help me out with that, and like using like more than one deck, sort of doing pairings, or even using say 3 decks and pulling a card from each, and seeing what we get. And sometimes you can see like a story played out between the cards, or you can just see the answer, or it makes sense to you and you can see where the answer would be, or suggestion, or because I mean, saying answer, I mean, it's not they're telling you must do this, obviously, but you can see and think, oh yes, that's meaning that, and yeah, I hadn't thought of that, if I do this, or it can help you out a lot, I think. And using different decks together, I think, is quite cool. And Candy over at Candy Soul and Soil, she does that a lot, and her readings and things come out so well. And I think, yeah, and you can really see it when she puts the cards together. So, and also I've found, and this is another, I don't know if it's a strange thing, but have you guys ever kind of, I suppose, been drawn to a particular genre of decks and then kind of gone off it a bit? It's like, I was always drawn like to dark decks, as in creepy dark, type of decks. But a lot of them now, I find I don't want to use them, or I just don't like them anymore. So some I have sold, and I find that I'm more drawn to like fairy or fae decks, or I mean, not rainbows and unicorns, no, but more, I suppose, like fairy, fae, magical beings, anything kind of woodsy, trees, that type of thing, but I have, because I've even thought about buying Brian Froud's fairy deck that's been in print for a long time. So I know there's one that is out of print, but the main one, you know, things like that, things that I've not had or wouldn't normally buy. And it's strange, isn't it? It's like this one immediately like called to me when I saw it, even though I knew there was no guidebook or anything with it, but I still loved it. These type of magical otherworldly type images. So yeah, so I don't know if that's ever happened to any of you, or whether it's just me. It could just be me being weird. But yeah, so a lot of my dark decks I've actually let go of. So I do still have some that some people would consider dark decks, like I have my Deviant Moon. I don't really consider that a dark deck, but some people do, and that's fine. So I still have Deviant Moon, I still have the Triumphes that I've got. Obviously I still have my Poe decks. I mean, I couldn't not have Edgar Allan Poe. So those are fine, but some of the others, like I used to have not the Crow Tarot, I forget what it was called. Oh, Murder of Crows Tarot. I had the limited edition one, and I sold it because I just couldn't with that deck anymore. It was just too dark for me now. Whereas when I first saw it, I was like, oh yes, I love it. But now I just can't. It's strange. I mean, look at these. The images in these are so good. And it's funny that I've never heard of this deck. Never heard of it. I don't know if any of you have. The Phalenaria Oracle. I'll put the name down in the comments section, just so that you can see how it looks when it's spelled out. But yeah, so at least I have some things to like, a couple of things to look forward to, so that's good. But because I can feel what I call the sort of black cloud coming over. I call it the black cloud. It's like, I suppose, when you have sort of low mood, and it does go eventually, like it moves on like clouds do. So yeah. And also I think, you know, it doesn't help with the fact that I am carer for my mother now, and mostly she's okay. She has got quite a horrible ulcer on her leg, which the nurse only comes out once a week, and other than that I have to clean it and dress it and stuff, which I don't mind. It's fine. I'm not kind of grossed out by things, fortunately, like that. And the nurse has said I'm doing a good job with it when she comes, so that's good. But other than that, even though that's kind of a lot, it's a lot of hours a week, I still think I'm going to have to try and find, if I can get like a part-time job or something, even if it's something like my local garden centre has a works in it, for instance, working in there or something, if they have anything, you know, just for some extra money. So yeah, but you know, it's like, and I'm not saying it's just me, it's not. Lots of people are in the same position in the UK. I don't know if it's the same in other countries. It probably is, where lots of things have increased in price and things. I mean, even my cat, even for instance, my cat's insulin, when I went to get it the other day, it had gone up. And that's something you can't say, well, I'm not going to have it, because he needs it. You can't just leave him without it and like let him die or whatever. Of course not. I would never do that, even if it meant I had to go without something myself to get that for him. And my husband retired early, so there's not a lot, I suppose. This is probably oversharing. There's not a lot income, I suppose, now. So yeah. But still, like I say, there are people worse off. So I'm not going to like whinge and moan. It just means I just have to cut back on things. And, you know, there's certain things I can't have and stuff like that. And if I like going with my brother to Glastonbury, like we've managed to get a twin room, so it meant we could split the price. We got it a really good price anyway, and then splitting the cost in half, that was really good. So, and like I say, I've saved up a little bit of money for that. So, and it's only an overnight stay, so we'll only be there sort of a day, night, and half a day, something like that. So there won't be like loads. There won't be loads of spending happening. A little bit there will be, but not loads. And we'll be going up the tour and things like that. So yeah. So yeah, I just wonder how it is for other people. You just think, I wonder how other people are doing with the whole I always forget the proper word for it. Cost of living crisis that's happening, because I'm sure most people, unless you're super rich, are affected by it. So anyway, that was just a little chat, and was probably like really depressing, guys. And obviously I don't always want to be like that on this channel, but it's just my thoughts and kind of what's going on at the moment, and to just give you a look at this cool deck. Like I say, I have no idea if you can still get this. I mean, I'm assuming it's an indie deck, but I don't know. Peril, because you know, the sides have got that nice gilding in a blue colour, but that doesn't mean that it is an indie deck. But it may be, I'm not sure, but yeah, but it is a nice deck. Look how they look all kind of spread out with the different colours. So yeah, as I said, that's the Phalenaria Oracle by Ange de Gaia. I think it's by her anyway, because again I had to kind of look it up, but I'll put the details as I think are correct. I know the name of the deck is correct, and I think the creator is correct, but I can't be completely sure, so I might just put just the name of the deck down in the comments for you. And yeah, so anyway, I hope everyone's doing really well, and I'm sure when I go to Simon's there'll be a bit of vlogging going on, because Simon normally does a vlog, so you guys will be able to see that. And yeah, I'm sure I will talk to you all soon. Bye for now.